This is Rizwan, and I will be showing ARP poisoning. Sometimes we call that as ARP spoofing as well. And ARP spoofing is a type of a man-in-the-middle attack in a local area network. What happens? I will explain what happens in ARP protocol, address resolution protocol, normally, and then I will explain what happens when the hacker goes into the middle, try to sniff and get the data. First thing is that we need to understand what is ARP protocol. The ARP protocol basically maps the IP address with the MAC address. What happens is whenever any device is trying to communicate with the other device, it is not sufficient to have only the IP address. It is also important to get the MAC address associated with that IP address. So what will happen in a normal situation? Let's assume, or let's think, this is our victim, normal user, and this is the server. In a normal scenario, the user will send to all of the people in the network, all of the devices in the network, asking that I want to communicate with the server, which where the IP address could be, the server's IP address could be 192.168.1.10, and assume that that's the IP address, and the computer A or the user, normal user, will send a request asking whoever having this IP address, I want to communicate with you, and what is your MAC address. This will be a broadcast, meaning it will be sent to across all the devices, and only the device which has the IP address, that certain IP address, meaning the server will only reply saying this, yes, this is my IP address, which is 192.168.1.10, and this is my MAC address. And this is how the communication established, and the two of these devices will start to communicate. But what the attacker will do here, it will start sending a forged ARP replies and tricking both of those devices. What happens is this attacker, which is in the middle, connected in the same network, it will claim to the server saying that I am the user, and then this same guy is talking with the user. It happens over the network, saying that I am the server. Now this person thinks, the user thinks, this guy who is the attacker, he is the server, and the server thinks the same hacker is the user. So this builds up a confusion between both of those devices, meaning server and the user, but they don't know that this is happening. They think they're communicating normally, and the consequences is where this guy who's in the middle, he can get the password, session, username, session hijacking, and so on. Many impact and consequences are there. So let us actually, this is the theoretical aspect, but let's now go and show you how this happens in a practical scenario. And I would suggest you to read a little bit more on the ARP poisoning. How does it happen? We need a tool called Ettercap. To run the Ettercap is Ettercap-G. When I turn it on, it will ask me for the primary interface is Etho. Usually multiple of them are there. I have only one interface, so I will choose Etho only and select this one, so accept it. When I am accepting it, I need to find out how many devices are in the network. So I will click on hosts, scan for hosts. If I know exactly the IP address in the network, that's fine. I can specifically choose to keep in my target lists, but for me, I didn't do that. I scanned it. The Ettercap have that capacity to scan. and then I can select on this one hosts. After scanning, it will say 3 hosts has been added into the list. I will go and click on list. I can choose in hosts list here, or I can click on this one. It will show me all of those devices in the network. So now I need to know the IP addresses of the victim and the server. I know this one, 192.168 is my server's IP address. So let me show you my server. So this is the Windows machine, Windows computer, which is running on Windows, and that is the server, which is metasploitable. And this this web application is actually hosted in this server. The server IP address is 192.168.64.4, which I already know, and the IP address of this Windows is I knew it, but I just wanted to show IP config is 192.168.64.6. So that means I need to keep target 192.168.64.6 and 192.168.64.4. This is the two IP address I will keep as target 1, target 2, doesn't matter what sequences you are making it, no problem. And then I will click on what type of oh sorry, so I need to make sure that what type of oops, I accidentally so what I'm doing is I'm using man in the middle attack, which is using specifically ARP poisoning. Click on ARP poisoning, okay, and now just making sure that target 1 is 64.6, target 2 oops, host, nope. So this gonna be target 1, this gonna be target 2. So I just configured it again, and now what I will be doing it is it's currently spoofing. Okay, now it's spoofing. Yeah. So what if I send anything here, it should show me in here. So can you see that username and 123, password is 123, whatever I will insert in this section between this victim and the server. Let's say admin, password is 1234. You will find out these informations are actually sniffed throughout. So again, it's showing the IP address, it's showing the username and password. So this is how a hacker can actually sniff and get the data if the person is connected on the middle, which we call that as a man in the middle attack, and spoofing the ARP address resolution protocol. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.